Boom, boom, honey. Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. I am definitely a little nervous because I've never done a video like this before, but I love watching these and I've always wanted to, so we're starting with primer. I'm gonna use these two primers. This one is the Revlon Prime Plus, and then this is the Mercier Pure Canvas Blurring Primer. So I'm gonna do this side as my drugstore and this side as my high-end side, just because that's where I'm holding these products, I guess. So I'm gonna just pump a couple drops of this, and I'm gonna do the same thing. These are different colors, but they have the same purpose. These are both smoothing, blurring primers, so similar purposes. So I'm gonna blend this one in. Although they are different colors, they actually feel pretty similar. We're gonna move on to foundation, and I'm gonna use these two foundations. This is the CoverGirl, no it's not, it's the Milani Sreen Queen foundation in the shade 480. This is the Nars Soft Matte foundation in the shade Macao. Actually, I'm gonna use Marquis in this one, so I'm gonna keep this here. So we're gonna start with this one. I'm gonna just put a couple pumps on my face. These foundations kind of remind me of each other. Like, I don't know what it is about the formula. It's not like exactly the same, but I think they're a pretty good dupe. All right, so we're gonna blend this one out. I actually like doing my brows before I do my foundation, but for today, I decided to do them after. Hopefully I don't regret it, because sometimes I do that and then I end up regretting. Okay, so this is side one here. So I'm gonna do Marquis on this side. I'm not sure if it's gonna match in terms of color, but I know the formula is like, reminds me of this one. All right, let's just blend this one out. The shades are not too far off from each other, but they're not, you know, identical. The formula though, I think it looks pretty like similar. So we're gonna move on into concealers and like contour. So I'm gonna do cream contour and concealer right now. I'm gonna just clean up my brows because I don't want any foundation on them. I'm gonna use this black Radiance contour foundation stick for the Drugstore Side, and I'm gonna just add this here along my hair. And then this is not that dark. This is in Cocoa Beam. I wish it was a little darker. And I'm gonna use the Fenty one on this side. Yeah, Fenty one is way darker. I wonder if I have a darker shade in this product, because that's not the same at all. That's definitely not the same color. 1 second, y'all. So I don't have the same color in this product, but I'm gonna just use a liquid concealer from L'Oreal, just so it could be the same darkness. I don't want it to be looking crazy, but the idea is the cream contour would have been the dupe. But yeah, we're just gonna do this and pretend like, you know. I'm gonna take a brush and blend out this side first. I'm gonna use a similar brush. It's a little bit bigger, but it's the same shape. So I'm gonna use that one on this side. This is blending a little different because I used the liquid product, but if I had just used the cream, it would have been a very similar blend out. I actually kind of like the way the liquid. I'm gonna blend this here. For concealer, I'm gonna use these two concealers. Ooh. These two concealers. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and then I have the Makeup Forever Velvet Matte Concealer. These have the same exact wand. They're both really thick wands like this. Another concealer that's very similar to this would be the Tarte Shape Tape, but I don't have any on me. I actually haven't purchased that concealer in a while, and lately I kind of felt like trying it out again. Like, I remember it being like the best concealer ever, but I don't know if it was just for its time or if it's still like really, really good. Do any of you guys still use that concealer? Let me know, because I've watched makeup tutorials and seen people still using it. I think I watched Aaliyah J recently and I saw her using that concealer. So yeah, I need to maybe pick up a new one. Okay, so we're gonna just put this here And then I'm gonna just add some of this one. This is the Makeup Forever down here. And then in here. And then for my nose, I always add concealer to the center of my nose, so that's gonna be interesting. Okay, so we're gonna use this sponge. This is the one that I use for my Drugstore Side, I think. I'm pretty sure I use this one first. And then we're gonna blend this out. I'm just gonna press this concealer into my skin. And then on my eyelid. In case you're wondering what that is, it's my skin like renewing itself from the retinol that I'm using. All right, let's just blend out this side. The Makeup Forever is definitely thicker. And the shade is lighter, so I should have picked a different. Alright, so I'm gonna just take this side and press it in some more. So I always like to use two concealers. So the second one I'm gonna use is the e.l.f. concealer. This is the Hydrating in Deep Olive. And I think this color is probably more similar to the Makeup Forever concealer. The Makeup Forever one though is a little bit more matte than these two concealers. I think they match a little better, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my setting powder. For this Drugstore Side, I'm gonna use this e.l.f. powder. It's a translucent powder from e.l.f. I'm gonna put some on this section of my forehead. This is such an interesting video to film. And then for this side, I'm going to use the Nye powder. This is the Nye translucent powder. And then I'm going to do some on my forehead, here. Alright, so I like to do the side of my nose like this. And then for the center of my nose, I'm gonna just use my Nye powder and draw a line, because I usually add some powder. Even though the colors were not identical, I feel like so far both sides look pretty similar. All right, so we're gonna go into some bronzer. I'm gonna start with this side and use the Benefit Hoola Toasted Bronzer. I don't know why I just did all of that. But I'm gonna take this Bare Minerals brush and swirl that in there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and press that into my skin. I used a lot of bronzer today. Like, what was going on? Why did I use so much bronzer today? I don't know. Okay. I'm going to use the Black Radiance Contour Kit on the Drugstore Side. And I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm going to take a similar brush. This is a Colourpop. No, this is the Andrea Renee and Peach and Pearl brush, actually. I thought it was a Colourpop one. But I love these brushes. And these powders are similar in color, as you can tell. They both are nice brown shades without too much red undertone, which is perfect for me and my bronzing needs. I did use a lot, but I am gonna put some powder around it, so don't worry, I will fix it. We're gonna start out with this side. I'm gonna use this Milani powder. It's in number 2, medium to deep, and it's basically like a brown powder. It's their translucent setting powder. I'm gonna take my Drugstore Side sponge and just go under here with this powder and kind of clean up what I did. gonna take a little bit and also add it to my forehead, like right here. And then for the other side, I know you guys know what I'm gonna use. The Mercier powder. Like, how could I not use this? So I'm gonna use this powder on this side. So I'm gonna just put some in the lid. When it comes to high-end dark powders, this is definitely the one for me. Not dark as in color, but translucent, deeper shades. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. And then I'm gonna take some and apply it here as well. The Mercier one seems to have a little bit more pigment. Let me just add some more of the Milani. Okay. Boom, boom, honey. So we're gonna go into blush now. And for blush today, for this side of my face, I'm gonna use this Milani blush in the shade Coral Cove. It's definitely one of my favorite colors. It's so pretty. You guys, this is such a beautiful color. Yeah. See how pretty this color is? It's such a beautiful shade. Wow. I love it. And then for this side, I'm going to use this Kevyn Aucoin blush. This is what it looks like. It's like a gradient color. And I'm just using a Sigma brush. Perfection. So I'm gonna do my brows now, and I'm gonna use the Benefit pencil in 4.5 on this side. I personally like the shade 5 better, but I ran out and I don't have any on me, which is so crazy because I haven't run out of that pencil for years. Like, Benefit had sent me a huge package a few years back and I just had a ton of them and I completely went through them. So I only have 4.5 and I need to go pick some more up at Sephora. Maybe I'll go next week because they're having a sale next week at Sephora. And then for this side, I'm gonna use this Rimmel London pencil in black brown. And I don't know if this is gonna be a perfect color dupe just because, let me just try on my hands. I don't know if this is going to be a perfect color dupe, but I don't really have that many drugstore pencils. This is one of the few that I have from the drugstore. I'm going to sharpen this though because, oh, I just broke the whole thing. I'm going to just try to use this one. Hopefully, I think it's going to be similar, but I'm not sure how similar. I'm gonna use the little brush part to brush my brows out. I think the colors look pretty similar. Like, wow, I'm actually impressed. I was not expecting them to be so similar, but they actually look the same. I'm gonna swatch them next to each other on my hand. And I honestly only used it because it was the only thing I had, but they look very similar. You guys can see they're a little different, but very similar. Okay, so that's my brow. I'm gonna do a little carve-in. Just because I always feel like I need to. So first I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use the L'Oreal one on the Drugstore Side. I'm using a little brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit. I'm gonna clean off this brush because I want to use it again. Then I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever concealer. Although I feel like this concealer, since this concealer is lighter, hopefully it doesn't look crazy. So my brows are done. I'm gonna move on to eyeshadow palettes, and for this side I'm gonna use the Soft Glam palette, and then for the other side I'm gonna use this Catrice and Iman palette, and I felt like they looked very similar. This is what this one looks like, and you guys know what Soft Glam looks like, but do you see how similar these look? These look like the same palette. I never noticed until I opened them up today. So we're gonna start out with the Soft Glam because This is my child, okay? This is one of my children. I'm gonna start with Sienna, which is this shade right here. Blend this into my crease. Taking another blending brush, I'm gonna take Radiance from this palette, which is this one, and then I'm gonna apply that one here. Don't mind my patch of dry skin. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how it got there because I definitely do not put retinol near my eye. But apparently retinol travels under your skin or something like that. So it can get to places that you never put it. So there's that. Alright, so next we're going to take a darker color. So I'm going to use Sweet Sir, which is this one here. I'm going to use the same brush on this side and just add it more on my lid. So like down here. And just blend it a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of the black and add that over that shade. Just blend a little bit more. For my eyelid, I'm going to take the shade Melrose and I'm going to just add that to my eyelid. So I'm going to add some setting spray to this because I'm going to finish off this side. I'm going to go into Cypress Umber, which is this shade right here. I'm going to take the black. And then I'm going to use the shade. I'm going to use Rose Pink, which is this shade right here. I just sprayed it a little bit as well, so that way it matches. Oh no. So the Soft Glam shade looks way pinker than this one does, although it looks pink in here. Oh my gosh, how do we fix this? I'm gonna try to get some more of the other one because it's definitely pink. It's just not showing up as pink for some reason. Let me see. I guess it's just showing up a little bit lighter of a pink. Yeah, I think it's just a little lighter of a pink. And on me, it's pulling like a silver pink. I mean, they're pretty similar. They're just a slightly different shade of pink. I'm gonna take some black from this palette once again, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend these two together right here. And a little bit of Radiance as well to just help blend everything. And then for this side, I'm gonna do the same thing with Sienna. And then the black shade, just to blend these two together. I'm gonna do a little bit of mascara on this side. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. And this is actually what inspired me to do this video, besides wanting to do it forever and never actually pulling through with it. It was this mascara, and I'm gonna show you guys why in a second. Yeah, this was the inspo. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of mascara because I'm gonna do false lashes. I was pulling our products to film a different video, and then I thought this mascara was this one, and I realized they look so similar in terms of like packaging. So this is the Revlon mascara and this is the Too Faced one. I never realized how similar they look, but I actually love both of these mascaras. The wands are completely different, so I figured this would not be a dupe because the wands are so different. But I did find another one. I did find this one from Revlon, which the wand is basically the same as the Too Faced wand, so I figured I would. So I was like, you know what? I feel like I should do a dupes video. I'm not going to use this one just because the wand is so different, even though the packaging is similar. But I will be using this one from Revlon, which the wand is basically the same thing. This is not I'm so sorry, you guys. I meant to say Rimmel. I think I said Revlon like 10 times, but I meant Rimmel London. Rimmel London does have really good mascaras, by the way. I'm gonna just dust off some of that fallout so it doesn't stay on my face. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna take the shade Sienna once again and just run that down here. And then I'm gonna take Runyon and do the same thing. Then I'm gonna take the black and go ahead and add that up here. Ooh, this black is so much darker. So I threw on these lashes that I got on Amazon, and this is, I'll leave it down below if I can find a link to them. I'm gonna go in with highlighter now, and I'm gonna use the Estee Lauder highlighter and also this Milani one. And apply that here. I'm gonna use the Milani highlighter for my nose. I'm just gonna apply it because I can only do one. And I'm also gonna apply it in the inner corner on, this side. I forgot what side was Drugstore for a second. And then I'm gonna add some Estee Lauder on the other side. Alright, so I'm gonna use this lip liner. This is MAC's lip liner, and I'm just gonna use this because I don't have any other lip liners. Oh wait, I do have Colourpop ones. This is BFF 3. Oh, this is a dupe. Honestly, I forgot I had this. Oh, this looks good. I'm gonna use this Maybelline lip gloss in the shade Crystal on this side. And then on the other side, I'm gonna use Fenty Glow. I feel like these look different in the container, but on my lips, they're gonna look the same. They look the same. Yeah, the formula looks very similar and the color looks really like identical on my lips. I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury powder on this side of my face, and I like to just take my sponge and press that under my eye. And then for this side, I'm gonna use this powder from Flower Beauty. I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Let me just take this. I'm gonna just blend this out. Period. Okay, so I'm gonna spray my face. I'm gonna use the Smashbox setting spray on this side. And then I'm gonna use a Pixie makeup mist on this side. Ooh. Whoa. This is just a stream of water. This broke. It's literally spraying like a stream. I'm not gonna use that. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely had fun filming it.